My date showed up with her best friend. They ordered the most expensive food and drinks. I said I had to use the bathroom. I hope Daddy's credit card works.
All right, she's a 10, but all her friends are guys.
Then she's not a 10.
No, she's a 10. Look-wise, she's a 10.
Yeah, if she has all guy friends and she's like a 1.
These women are poor and vulnerable.
Easier to manipulate, know their place.
Disadvantaged, are in dire financial need. They want their visas. They have to be quiet. They don't know no better. That's why you have to go to developing countries to try to take their women.
We Asian women are happy to have your men and offer them everything they've been looking for. And you attack us Asian women too. You call us poor, uneducated, submissive, desperate women who are happy with your table scraps and rejects. But if you truly believe we were getting your leftovers, the men you don't want anyway, then why do you sound so angry and defensive about it?
True. They all sound so angry and they make a lot of videos on this topic. Why do you make videos about something that you don't care about? Because you say you don't care about those men.
And try to shame men for finding happiness here. And what you call submissive is what we call being agreeable. Do I look uneducated, submissive, and desperate to you? Well, guess what? There are millions more like me over here, just waiting to have a shot at making your men happy.
But here's my
Get your passport, guys. Western women aren't worth it anymore.
problem, right? Women value tradition when it's in their benefit. So they value tradition when it comes to a man having to propose to them, but they won't value a traditional man when he says, hey, you got to sit in the house and cook and clean. So like you can't pick and choose the parts of the tradition that you're going to stick by and stand by. If you're going to be open-minded, you have to be open-minded to all.
Have you ever cheated?
For sure. I have, yes. Yes. Absolutely. I have. Yeah, I have. It was a very good time. I cheat on everybody and I don't feel bad.
I did a study of the first 100 women that came into my refuge, and it's very clear that 62 of the women were as violent as the men they left. There was no way I could ever get that. Men are dying, and they're dying from this condition. And the condition they're dying from is being hated, being discriminated against. In a sense, if you look at the figures of men who lose their homes, their families, their children, and most of them, 90% of those homeless men are there as a result of domestic violence. They've been kicked out, they've been lost. We look at that, I think it's a form of genocide. I really do. I can't see anywhere in history when women have turned on men like this.
Andrew Tate, the first few times I watched some of his videos, I'm like, man, that is stinky tofu. But then I watched some others and I learned something. You will learn more by chewing on what you disagree with and working out. Why do I disagree with this so much? One of two things will happen if you have the courage to go through that process. Number one, you will learn something. Or number two, you will walk away much more settled and much stronger in your original belief.
Now, why did I show you that, guys? Because a few days ago, I made a video where I said you need to adapt because it's 2023. And I got so many comments, so many hate comments from you guys. Oh, fuck you, you're a beta, you shouldn't talk like that. First of all, that message was meant only for guys that actually want to find a woman. Not for MGTOW guys. You understand? And for you to message and say messages like that just shows me how stupid you are, because I talk in generalities and you don't understand that. And furthermore, it shows me how emotional you are as a woman. A man shouldn't be so reactive, shouldn't be so emotional. By the way, guys, if you want me to make a video reacting just to my hate comments, let me know down in the comments, and I will wait like a week or two and gather all my hate comments, and then I will make a react video to it. And if you want to see how a man, how a true man should act without emotions, being professional, watch this video.
Apologize for being late. My wife just died. All right, we've got a lot on the agenda today, so let's begin. Maura?
I'm so sorry to hear that, sir. Janie was a really wonderful woman.
Yes, I can confirm that, but Maura, I actually made a pledge to the President and to the people of the United States to keep the nation informed as to the activities of its leader, the leader of the free world. So let's keep this going.
He can do his job even if his wife died. And you feel a certain way, that you don't like what I said, so you need to swear in the comments. I don't care if you're a woman. Yeah, women are more emotional. Yeah, you can do whatever. You can call me names. I don't care. But as a man, if you can't control your emotions, you're not a man.
Need anyone to talk to or someone to help you with anything?
People, this subject is not on the agenda today. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like more than to drop down behind this podium and weep. But I can't do this. Why? Because I'm a grown man, I've got a job to do, and so do you. So I'm going to take one more question on the matter of my wife, and then we're moving on, okay? Wilson?
Have you told Bobby and Megan yet?
Well, the children were in the car with their mother at the time. They're at Georgetown University Hospital. Bobby's in a coma, and Megan lost her legs.
Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning. Because women are just so much more vulnerable and deep than men. But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to have people want to hug us. And to have people want to talk to.
Every woman, if you ask her, she will say, it's so easy to be a man. It's so easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. But women can't understand what we as men go through each day. They can't.
To us and to have a community, and then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you. And friendships are so much harder to build, and people are colder.
I don't even just want to say American, but just like Western feminist women, they have these impossibly high specific standards. Like, I want you to treat me this way. I want you to buy everything for me and do everything for me, but you can't be toxically masculine. You can't look like this. You got to be like this. I want you to be Harry Styles, but I want you to fund my entire life. But I hate you. I hate men. I hate the patriarchy. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to have your kids. I hate you. Like, no wonder men are confused. Like, no wonder they're like, they're throwing in the towel. I'm done. Women caused this. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You cannot scream at men and say that they are the worst thing that ever happened to the entire world while still wanting a relationship with one of them. And you're not gonna get it when you treat them that way. That's why they are all leaving.
Like, what's the worst thing? You get rejected. Why is it the worst thing in the world to people?
I really wish women would understand that it's just not about the rejection part. It's being rejected over and over and over and over and over and over again. And also, you say it like all they do is say, no, thank you, you're not my type, and then move on. That's not what happens. Literally, I've seen girls say ew to people.
I've been rejected more than 99% of you guys watching this. More. I've been rejected more. I don't care. Why do you? Yeah, I know it's hard. I know it's hard being rejected over and over and over again. But why do you care? Why? You know how women are in the West especially. So why do you care?
Like how dare you speak to me like that? Or like laugh at them right in their face.
So do you take into account the fact that on average a male full-time employee works longer hours than a female full-time employee?
No.
Not directly, no.
You don't?
No.
What about if you did it on an hourly rate? What would be the gender hourly pay gap?
Well, we don't have that data, Senator.
You don't have that data?
No, because we ask for annualised salaries from our employers when they report their data in.
Okay, so if a woman was working fewer...
That's why the gender pay gap doesn't exist, guys.
...hours, but earning the same rate per hour as a man doing the same job, would that show up as a gender pay gap?
No.
No.
Do you annualise it on the assumption that men and women are working the same number of hours, or is it actual earnings?
It's actual earnings, and we are unable to. We don't have the data to distinguish or to then.
They don't have all the data, but yet everybody says, "Oh, women are paid less. Women are paid less."
Adjust for hours because we cannot collect the real hours that employees are working.
So it's not possible to tell whether any or some of the gender pay gap is just simply attributable to a different number of hours worked. Is that right?
If you look at men and women actually in the same job, like my job, for example, guy same age as me, both graduates, we earn the same. I don't think you ever walk into a job and the boss decides she's going to earn less because she's a girl.
I don't know how things work in the USA, guys, but here there are sites. If you're looking for a job, right? There are sites where that shows you all the available jobs. And you know how it shows you? It shows you the job, it shows you in the description what you will actually do, and the salary. It says there the salary. It doesn't say, oh, for men is this salary and for women is this. No. It just says we want this, this and this is the salary. So how are women paid less? When you already know the salary when you go to the job interview. I don't get it. I don't know how it works in the USA, but here this is how it works.
I think maybe there might be a bit of bias when employing someone. Do I want to hire, say, a 28-year-old who's just gotten married versus, say, a 35-year-old man? If I was the boss, thinking financially, I would probably pick the man because, okay, she's just got married, she's 28, she's not got much time left, she's probably going to have kids soon.
They did an experiment with a group of women, and they put scars on their...
Just listen to this. I had to put this in, guys, because it's very interesting. Because everybody today has trauma, and everybody is a victim. Guys. Just listen to this.
On their faces, and they told these women that they're going into a job interview, and the purpose of the experiment is to find out whether people with facial disfigurements face discrimination. They showed them the scars in the mirror. The women saw themselves with these scars, and as they led them out of the room, they said, we're just going to touch it up a little bit. And as they touched it up, they removed the scarring completely. So the women went into the job interview thinking that they are scarred, but actually being their normal selves. And the result of the experiment is that those women then came back reporting massively increased level of discrimination. Indeed, many of them came back with comments that the interviewer had made that they felt were referencing their facial disfigurements. And this is why I think this ideology of victimhood is so dangerous, because if you preach to people constantly that we're all oppressed, then that primes people to look for that.
I'm a pretty emotionally intelligent dude. I've noticed that there's only room for my emotions when they're convenient for the woman that's asking me to be emotionally intelligent.
By the way, guys, emotional intelligence doesn't exist. When you're emotional, you don't think logically because you think with your emotions. And when you're logical, you don't think with your emotions. So you can't be emotionally intelligent. I don't get how people don't understand this.
That any emotional labor I do that's not for her convenience, or not that something she specifically asked for, that either goes unnoticed, or when I'm saying something that's not favorable, the shit gets used against me and it becomes about how she feels about what I said and not about the shit that I said.
Ladies, he making some too much sense. Somebody cry. Somebody cry. Somebody cry.
Can you see how they make fun of him when he's talking about his emotions? That's what women do. That's why I say you should never show emotions to your girlfriend or to your wife. She will use that against you guys, believe me, or she will find you weak. She will be repulsed by that, or she will start losing interest in you. I've seen it, guys. I've seen it, and I've read studies about this.
Boy, look at here. Let me just
put this out here real quick for you, baby. You get the very best version of me when I can trust you, when I feel safe around you, when I ain't gotta go through no phones, I ain't gotta check no emails, I ain't gotta do no pop-ups, I ain't gotta worry about what you're doing when I'm not around. Oh, baby, you can get the very best version of me. Understand that if I'm not soft or submissive with you, it's because I don't trust you. Hello, somebody, because I do not trust you.
Hell, she's more masculine than me, guys.
Is the reason why I'm not soft or submissive when it got something to do with you.
I believe every man wants a modest woman, a woman that doesn't twerk around, that doesn't drink,
True.
that doesn't party, that stays home, that cleans for them, and that cooks, that worships them. And if you show yourself as a party girl, no man will want you. Maybe for one night stand, but that's not wifey material. And I promise you, you wanna be wifey material. And we can all have a past, and you can go through there, and you can build yourself to be wifey material.
You can see by the way she talks, she is not from the USA.
That's how you're gonna find the happiness, when you're a wife and when you're raising your sons and they are proud of you and not ashamed. And I'm sure with these bikini pictures, they are gonna be ashamed. I honestly believe as a woman, there's nothing more satisfying than giving pleasure to your man.
Of course.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.